What's up, Dragon Nation? I'm Rich with Dragon Nation Gaming. Welcome back to the KSP Space Race. In this episode, we're going to go over the last flight of 1958. Well, the last successful flight of 1958, that is the score. We have a new booster that we have to build. It's going to take a little bit of time. It's not too difficult, but yeah, let's go ahead and get this started. Alright, go into mission control. Let's see. I think I already accepted it, but yeah, communications. Yeah, there we go. We are ready. So what we have to do now is we have to go into the VAB and build the Atlas booster, which is probably one of my favorite boosters of all time. It's not my favorite. The Saturn V is kind of my favorite. But the Atlas was actually a really cool design. Alright, let's see if I can find everything. I'm not sure. I think it's Fenris in Bluedog Design Bureau, but let's see. Okay, goddamn this keyboard. Alright, Atlas. There we go. I think it's Fenris. No, it's Bozart. Did not know that. Alright, let's go by size. Alright, what we need to do is there are 4 fuel tanks or balloon tanks, so we need this one. This one's actually pretty cool because you could actually change the size of the top node to be a number of different things. But I think we need that one right there. Then the smallest tank, then the medium tank, and then we need the final tank, which is that one right there. Yeah, you'll see why this is my favorite. This right here is fuel lines that go to the 2 engines that are going to be staged. Sort of. Kind of. This, I guess you could say this is a 2-stage booster, but technically it's kind of not. It's hard to explain. But anyways, what we need is the adapter for the engine. Alright, so this thing had 3 different types of engines. One, it had vernier engines, which were for stabilization. Those were 2 symmetry, and they were put on the sides. And, yep, there we go. Alright, then we have, I think it's the Vulture. The bigger one is the main engine. Now, this is more efficient. This engine right here is more efficient in high altitude. So we will be using it on launch, but it's going to be the only rocket once we get into high orbit. Then we need to set up the stage. The first stage, which kind of isn't the first stage. All we do is we just get rid of extra weight by dropping the engines that are no longer efficient. So yeah, we need the booster skirt. And then we need, I think it's the buzzards. And that's it. There she is. So that right there is the Atlas booster. Now, this thing is, they did a really good job at designing it, but it is a weird design because the shell of the Atlas is so thin that under its own weight with nothing in the tanks, this thing would crush like a soda can. So it always has to be filled with something, which I always thought was really cool. I guess that's why they call them balloon tanks. I'm not sure. But yeah, now what I need to do, let's go ahead and name this Atlas. Then we need to go ahead and try to build the score. Now, the score is not its own probe. The score is just attached to the Atlas. So the score plus the Atlas booster is one satellite. That's why this was considered the largest satellite in orbit for quite some time. Alright, let's see if I can design this thing. So we're going to need a couple things. One, the Atlas has no control system, and the only control systems that we can put on the top are not very strong. So I need to go ahead and see if we can find something with monopropellant for RCS. No, that's liquid fuel and oxidizer, liquid fuel. Do we even have anything? Well, that one's 4 fuel types. That's way too big though. Alright, let me see. Can we change the fuel type? And monopropellant. Well, I guess we're going with that one. And as you can see, it is a little bit too big, but we do have Tweakscale, which is going to allow us to make it a little bit smaller. Alright, then what we need is the control system. I think the one for Agena is going to be the right size. That'll work. Unfortunately, with Bluedog Design Bureau, we do not have the parts for the score, or at least I haven't been able to find them. So what we need now is, I think it's command and control. We need some RCS, but which ones? There's so many right now, man. All right, let's go with this one. Let's go for symmetry. Not very big, but I think they'll do. All right, the next thing we're going to need is, to finish this mission, we're going to need just one piece of science. It doesn't matter what it is, it just has to be anything. So we're going to go with the thermometer. Then we need a way for this to communicate with the ground, because that's what this mission is. So in 1958, Dwight D. Eisenhower recorded a Christmas greeting, and they put it onto the score, sent it up into orbit, and then played it for all of the world. So it was just like a PR stunt to show our technological advancement. Now, for today's... Oh, let's go for today's technology, it seems like it's very trivial. I mean, all you're doing is just broadcasting a message from space. But back in the day, that was a really big deal. Alright, so now we're going to need rotate. And rotate those. There we go. And then we need a cone. Let's see if we have one that's close to the right size. Probably not. That's probably the right shape, but yeah, let's go ahead and use Tweakscale to... There we go. Let's change the color. Can we change the color of this one? Blue, cream, green, gray. Okay, well, there we go. So that is not exactly score, but it is close to it. Alright, then we need all of our engines in the same stage. Then we have our separator for the skirt. Once we get up to a high enough altitude where that center engine will be efficient, we'll get rid of the extra 2 engines, which is just a waste of fuel. And I think we're ready to launch this. Alright, so this launch should be pretty simple. Let's go maneuver node. Let's take a look at our mission. So we need to get up to a periaps or an apoapse of 140 kilometers. Our inclination needs to be between 29 and 35 degrees. Not too difficult. We should be able to do that. Alright, let's go ahead, turn on SAS, full throttle, and in 3, 2, 1, launch. Oh, that's so awesome. So, right now, that is the most powerful engine that we have launched so far. And it just sounds so good. That crackling noise is awesome. Alright, so what we want to do, because we have the 3 inline engines, it's a lot easier to go ahead and do a roll towards our inclination. So let's go ahead and roll a little bit. So about somewhere, it's actually about somewhere around there, I think. But yeah, we'll go ahead and go 45, so that way it goes a little bit faster. Alright, our surface speed is up past 100 meters per second, so let's go ahead and dip over. Oh, and look at this control. Oh my god, it's like butter, man. Those Vernier engines, oh, they really do help with the control. Just going nice and slow, and oh, it's just such an improvement after doing those other boosters. Alright, we're going to keep it to about right there. Watch our inclination. Now, once we get rid of the booster skirt is going to get rid of those other two engines, which are less efficient. That center engine is very, very efficient, but it doesn't have a whole lot of thrust. So we need to get as high as we can before we get rid of those other engines, so that way we can make sure we can still make orbit. So I'm guessing what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait until we start seeing some heating, some plasma from the friction heating, and then that's when we're going to go ahead and stage, because that's probably a good time to go ahead and slow down. Alright, so 29 to 35, we're at 32, so let's go ahead and move over just a little bit. Alright, it's going down, but way, way too fast. Alright, it's going back up slowly. There we go. Alright, we're starting to get some heating, so staging in 3, 2, 1. And there goes that booster skirt with those two engines. I love the Atlas, man. It's such a cool rocket. Alright, let's go ahead and, well, actually, what are we at? 46? Well, we'll dip towards the horizon here in a second. Let's get up a little bit higher, because we do need to get up to 139 kilometers. And the difference we have is about 20 kilometers? 19 or 20? Yeah, somewhere around there. Alright, we should be good though. Let's go ahead and dip over towards the horizon, trying to extend that periapse, making it easier for us to circularize. Got some words I just have real trouble with. Alright, our inclination is going up a little. No, that's okay. Let's actually dip it down about right there. Okay, nope, a little too much. Right there. Alright, our inclination is going up a little bit slower. That's good. Apoapse at 61. Our fuel, watch how slow that fuel will go down. This engine is so efficient. But as you can see, our speed is not going up very fast. But hopefully, as long as we keep our apoapse about 8 to 10 kilometers above our current altitude, we should be fine. It looks like we're about... Ooh, shit. We might be screwed. There's only like a 4 difference right now. 4 kilometers. Just keep an eye on it and see. Well, it's staying at about 4 kilometers. But I might want to go ahead and dip up just a little bit. Maybe. Just a tiny bit. Just to make sure that we don't start re-entering the atmosphere. We still also need to give ourselves some time to go ahead and do our circularization burn. God damn. Alright, so we're about 70 kilometers. Once we get up to 80 kilometers, it's going to go really, really fast. So yeah, as you can see, now we are at about 10, 11, 12. Okay, so we're climbing now. We're good. Alright, 139 kilometers. We're at 90, 100. And... there we are. Alright, so we got the proper altitude. We are good. Now what we need to do is we need to go ahead and do our circularization burn. So from the apoapse, what is our periapse at? 9? Alright, that's 65. 79, that's a little much. 71. So it looks like it's going to be a 3-second burn, which is not half bad. Alright, let's go out of map view. Let's go ahead and time warp. I also need to keep an eye on my fuel, especially that electric charge. Alright, 3, 2, 1. Oh, come on. There it is. It's starting to scare me. Alright, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, let's go ahead and get pointed towards our node. Oh, RCS, come on. We have 8 seconds before we need to burn. Come on, get me to that node. Alright, 2, 1, we need to burn right now. Come on, give me to the node. God damn it. Alright, Z. And... X. Alright, a little bit low. Let's go ahead and burn just a little bit more. Get that periaps a little bit higher. There we go. Alright, what's our electric charge at? We're good. Alright, so what we need to do now is we need to do our science and be able to transmit it from low space. Yeah, low in space. Which means between 70 and 90 kilometers. But I also need to keep an eye on this because we need to time warp a little bit. Get down to about 80 kilometers. And then we'll go ahead and transmit the science. Then we should be able to do... It will show us the transmission from Dwight D. Eisenhower. And that should complete the mission. Alright, about right there. That should be good. Alright, let's go ahead and... Oh, I can't transmit from here because we already have that science done. There it is. So, log temperature. Transmit. And... nothing. Why not? What did we... We have everything. Oh. Shit. Okay, hold on. The eccentricity is wrong. And we have no more electric charge. Alright, let's try this one more time. So, the problem I had was my eccentricity. It's too low. I need to get it up to 0.08. Right now we're only at 0.04. So all I need to do is make more of an oval orbit, which means I just need to raise my apoaps. Why am I not turning? There we go. And stop. Okay. Point towards prograde. And we're just going to hit shift and watch that number right there go up. Hopefully. Alright, I need to get it up to 0.8. Okay, maybe a little bit faster. And... do we have... no, it needs to be 0.089. So, a little bit more. And there it is. Alright, now we have our orbit. Let's go ahead and listen to the transmission from Dwight D. Eisenhower, the Christmas greeting.
This is the President of the United States speaking. Through the marvels of scientific advance, my voice is coming to you from a satellite circling in outer space. Through this unique means, I convey to you, to all mankind, America's wish for peace on earth and goodwill toward men.
Alright, so that brings an end to score. So yeah, that's pretty much all it was. Just a recording on the... well, now it's a satellite. Recording on the satellite just transmitted down to the Earth's surface. Not a whole lot to it, but hey, it worked. So, 1958, this will bring the end to 1958. Next episode, we'll be going into 1959 with the start of... I think we're going to be doing Corona. Well, Corona/Discover. I think that's going to be in next episode. Until then, make sure to like and subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.